Caitlin Clark has been making waves since entering the WNBA, but the transition from college to the pros is far from easy. If she thought the road ahead would be smooth, she's in for a wake-up call. Breanna Stewart, the reigning WNBA champion, has made it clear that she and the New York Liberty aren't stepping aside just because a new superstar is in town. And who could blame her? Clark is being hailed as the future of the league, and to some extent, she is. She's bringing in new fans, filling arenas, and making headlines like no rookie before her. But the WNBA already has established stars, players who've put in years of hard work, won championships, and built their legacies. Breanna Stewart sits right at the top of that list when Stewart made a statement at the Liberty's championship parade saying, "We're not done yet." It wasn't just a celebration. It was a declaration. It was her way of telling Clark and every rising star in the league that the Liberty aren't ready to hand over the crown just yet. This is about pride, dominance, and proving that while Clark may be the future, Stewart is very much the present. That's why the upcoming WNBA season is so exciting, because the Liberty versus Fever matchups won't just be regular games. They'll be statement games, a clash between the established guard and the new wave of talent. Let's not forget the WNBA has long been dominated by a handful of elite players: Stewart, A'ja Wilson, Elena Delle Donne, women who've built their reputations by winning championships, breaking records, and proving their greatness on the court. Now, with Caitlin Clark entering the scene, there's a new superstar who threatens to change the game. She's not just a rookie, she's an elite playmaker with MVP potential, and the entire league knows it. That's why there's so much talk about her already. It's why players like Stewart feel the need to assert that they aren't going anywhere anytime soon. But here's the catch. Clark isn't just after the spotlight. She's after championships. The Indiana Fever, once at the bottom of the league, have been transformed. The moment they drafted Clark, they knew they had a player capable of altering their future. But they didn't stop there. The Fever strengthened their roster, adding depth and building a team that's ready to compete for years. With veteran Natasha Howard, sharpshooter Sophie Cunningham, dynamic scorer Kelsey Mitchell, and the force that is A'ja Boston, the Fever aren't just rebuilding, they're contenders. And then, of course, there's Clark herself. She's not just a scorer or shooter, she's a floor general who makes everyone around her better. That's why she averaged nearly 20 points and 8 assists per game in her rookie season and was already in MVP talks. Fans are already calling her the best point guard in the league. But Breanna Stewart's message to Clark is important. Talent alone won't cut it. This is the WNBA, the most competitive women's basketball league in the world. Winning here takes more than just skill. It takes experience, toughness, and the ability to perform under pressure. Stewart and the Liberty have those qualities in spades. They've been through the grind, winning close games, battling through a WNBA season, and coming out on top. That's why Stewart's message isn't just a challenge to Clark. It's a challenge to the entire league. She respects Clark, but she's not letting the torch be passed without a fight. And that's why this season will be so compelling, because Clark isn't the type to back down. She wants the pressure. She wants the challenge. She wants to prove that she belongs with the best. What makes Clark so special? Her ridiculous shooting range, her elite passing vision, and her ability to take over games. For a rookie, she has a level of confidence and fire that only the greatest players exhibit. But as great as she is, confidence alone won't be enough. For every highlight reel 3 she drains, there's a veteran like Stewart waiting to humble her. For every dazzling pass, there will be defenders testing her physicality. For every packed arena, there will be teams ready to shut her down. And that's why this season will be a must-watch. We're not just watching Clark's rise. We're watching the league respond to it. Some players are embracing her success because they see what she's doing for the WNBA. Others see her as a threat, someone who hasn't earned her place at the top yet, someone who's receiving all the attention before proving she can win at the highest level. That's why Stewart's warning isn't just about the Liberty versus the Fever. It's about the entire WNBA testing Caitlin Clark to see if she's really as good as everyone says she is. Clark will have to prove it every single night. Every game will be a battle. Every matchup will be a test. Every time she steps on the court, there will be a target on her back. If she wants to be the face of the league, she's going to have to earn it. Because Breanna Stewart and the Rez, it wasn't just a statement, it was a declaration of intent. A reminder that the WNBA isn't a league where you can simply walk in and dominate, no matter how much hype surrounds you. Caitlin Clark might be the biggest name in women's basketball right now, but that doesn't mean Breanna Stewart and the rest of the WNBA's elite are ready to let her take over. And that's what makes this upcoming season so compelling. Clark isn't entering a league where she's expected to develop quietly. She's stepping into the most competitive, high-stakes environment of her life. Every game is going to be a test, and no team, especially the Liberty, is going to make things easy for her. But that's exactly what makes Caitlin Clark special. She thrives on challenges. Her entire career has been filled with doubts. People said she wouldn't dominate in college. She did. They said her playing style wouldn't translate to the WNBA. She's proven it has. They said the physicality of the league would be too much for her. She's already adjusted. But now, Clark has to prove that she's not just a great player, she's a winner. That's the difference between being a superstar and being a legend. Breanna Stewart knows what it takes to win at ball. The highest level, she's done it. She's navigated the grind of a full WNBA season, survived the playoff pressure, and won championships. Clark, she hasn't done that yet. And until she does, the question will always linger. Can she actually lead a team to a championship, Stewart's? Warning wasn't just about defending the Liberty title. It was about setting the tone for the entire league. Clark represents a new era, a changing of the guard, and not everyone is ready for that. Some players are embracing her success because they recognize that she's bringing more eyes to the WNBA, making the league more popular, and opening up new opportunities for everyone. But others see her as someone who hasn't earned it yet. And that's why this season is going to be a war. It's not just about the Liberty and the Fever. It's about Clark versus the rest of the league. Every team will come for her. Every time she steps on the court, she'll face their best shot. And that's what happens when you're a superstar. The league will test you, push you, and challenge you to prove you're worthy of being the face of I. But let's be real. This isn't just about basketball. It's about legacy. It's about who will define this era of the WNBA. Breanna Stewart has been at the top for years. She's one of the most dominant forces in the game, a multiple-time MVP, a champion. And now, Clark is coming for that spot. She's already one of the most talked-about athletes in the world. She's already changing the way people view women's basketball, proving that she belongs with the best. But being great isn't enough to take that next step. Clark has to win. She has to prove that she can go toe-to-toe with the best players in the world and come out on top. That means she'll have to go through Stewart, A'ja Wilson, and every other WNBA star who refuses to give up their place at the top. That's what makes this rivalry so special. Clark isn't just competing against Stewart. She's trying to take her throne. Stewart knows it. She's not just sending warnings to intimidate Clark. She's sending them because she understands what's at stake. If Clark really is the next big thing, then the WNBA will change forever. Not everyone is comfortable with that. That's why the veterans in the league aren't just going to hand her the crown. They're going to test her. They're going to push her to her limits. They're going to make sure that if she wants to take over, she has to earn it the hard way. And honestly, that's exactly what Clark wants. She doesn't want it handed to her. She wants to prove that she's the best. That's why this upcoming season is going to be the most exciting WNBA season in years. Clark will face every team's best shot. Stewart and the Liberty aren't just defending their title, they're defending their legacy. This isn't just a regular rookie versus veteran story. This is the beginning of a rivalry that could define the WNBA for years to come. So, here's the real question. Is Clark ready? She's already done things no rookie has ever done before. But now, the stakes are higher than ever. She's not just trying to prove she belongs. She's trying to take over the league. To do that, she'll have to beat the best, outshine Breanna Stewart, Aja Wilson, and every other star who will try to stop her. She has to prove she's not just the future of the WNBA. She's the present. Stewart will do everything in her power to make sure Clark doesn't take the throne without a fight. That's why this season isn't just about winning games. It's about legacy. It's about who will be remembered when it's all said and done. Clark has the chance to change the WNBA forever. But first, she has to survive Stewart's warning. The road to greatness is never easy, and Clark is about to find out just how hard it